Leicester City, Newcastle. This is at the King Power. Leicester plus 230. Newcastle's plus 120. The draw here is plus 120. I think it's Newcastle or nothing. I know Leicester started to trend up going into the break, but so did Newcastle. Like the Newcastle team is out of control. Good. Uh, it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. They've lost one game this season once. Their plus 18 goal differential is the third best mark in the league. They're in third on the table. They've got the third best expected goals difference at Football Ref. Like, I just think they're a much better team than Leicester City. So I'll probably be on Newcastle here as a short road favorite, which is, not the greatest number in the world, but I'm still going to try to keep going against this Leicester team here and hope for the best. Anthony.
Yeah, I like the under, famous last words in these damn Leicester matches, but Leicester have been scoring goals in bunches again and not really doing much to actually create good chances in those time. Newcastle has done a much better job of strangling possession from opponents, which should make it more difficult for Leicester to kind of just have the ball in dangerous areas to get off those one or two bad shots that always seem to miraculously go in. But also this Newcastle team, I think we're at the peak of the market here on them. Like, I do think that Newcastle is a little bit overvalued even, but again, like, Leicester is not the team I want to fade them against. Like, there will be fade opportunities, I think, for Newcastle as we get into the new year, because I do think that they're a little bit hot right now. I mean, they're plus 18 goal difference, but the XG difference is much closer, like 9-10, which is still good, of course. Like, they're a very good team, but they've also been much better away from or at home than they've been away. About a half of an expected goal worse on the road as they've been at home, maybe 0.6-ish. So they've been considerably worse, defense going forward on the road. So I think it'll be a kind of a cagey back and forth kind of game. And so under 2.5 plus money is a good bet for me. Both teams just running really hot going forward. And I think there's regression coming for these attacks. So I like the under.
Both teams were in action in the EFL Cup over the midweek as well. BJ, what are your thoughts here? Foxes, Magpies.
Yeah, I'm with Anthony. I'm going to go both teams to score no at plus 130. I think we forget going into the break how ridiculously hot Leicester was offensively. 19 goals off of 12.5 expected since September 4th. I mean, they're similar to Wolves, where they have a very, very long average shot distance. Like, they lead the Premier League with 9 goals from outside the box off of 2.9 expected. It's just not sustainable. And they also have created the third fewest big scoring chances. So this Leicester offense is going to crater and fall off. And you also have to think, okay, does James Maddison or Yuri Tillemans, are they pushing for a January move? So you also have to factor that in. And I mean, listen, Leicester, what they obviously do a great job of is they play through pressure very well because they have great ball progressors, and Tielemans and Maddison, who can play through that type of pressure. But if you look through their performances against good pressing teams, like, it hasn't really been that good. So against top 5 pressing teams, which would be Leeds, Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal, in every single one of those matches, Leicester allowed a passes per defensive action under 11. They allowed a combined 24 high turnovers. And Newcastle, they've turned into one of the best pressing teams in the Premier League. Like, they're third in passes per defensive action. They're second in high turnovers. And right before the break against Chelsea, they had a passes per defensive action of 7.7 against them. So, and the Newcastle defense, I mean, they've had 7 clean sheets. They're only allowing 0.9 non-penalty expected goals per match. They're top 5 in expected threat allowed and all these other defensive categories. And in only 6 of their 15 opponents have created over 1 expected goal. And that was Liverpool, City, Brighton, Brentford, Tottenham, and Southampton. So this is another situation where, similar to Wolves, like, if you're going to bet on either Leicester to score or Leicester in this match, it's probably going to have to be from outside the box, because I don't really see them getting anything of value inside the box against them. So I like the value in both teams to score no at plus 130.